Chapter 12. God calls Abram and Abram in Egypt. Our story begins in the ancient city of Haran, where a man named Abram lives with his wife Sarai and his nephew Lot. Abram is faithful to God, and one day God speaks to him with a special command. God, speaking to Abram, "Abram, leave your country and your relatives, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. Through you all the families of the earth will be blessed." Abram listens to God's voice. Even though he doesn't know exactly where he is going, he trusts God. Abram is 75 years old at this time, but he obeys without hesitation. Abram, turning to Sarai. "Sarai, God has spoken to me. We must leave this place and go to a new land that he will show us." Sarai, surprised but trusting. "If the Lord has told you to go, then we will go. Where he leads, we will follow." So Abram takes his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all their servants and belongings. They travel hundreds of miles to the land of Canaan, trusting God each step of the way. When they reach Canaan, God appears to Abram again. "God, to your descendants I will give this land." Abram builds an altar there to worship the Lord, thankful for God's promise. He then moves on and settles for a time near Bethel, building another altar and calling on the name of the Lord. A severe famine hits the land of Canaan. There is hardly any food. To survive, Abram decides to journey down to Egypt, where the Nile River makes the land fertile even in a famine. Abram, concerned, speaking quietly to Sarai as they near Egypt. "Sarai, you are a very beautiful woman. I'm afraid that when the Egyptians see you, they will want to take you for the Pharaoh. If they know you are my wife, they might kill me to have you. Please, let's say you are my sister, so that they will treat me well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you." Sarai, hesitant but understanding. "Very well, I will do as you ask to protect you." When Abram and Sarai enter Egypt, just as Abram feared, the Egyptians notice Sarai's beauty. Word reaches Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, about this beautiful woman who has come to Egypt. Pharaoh's servant, bowing before Pharaoh. "Your Majesty, a traveler from Canaan has arrived, and with him is a woman of remarkable beauty." Pharaoh is intrigued and summons Sarai to his palace. Believing Sarai is Abram's sister, Pharaoh treats Abram kindly. He gives Abram many gifts: sheep, cattle, donkeys, camels, and servants, in exchange for Sarai's presence in his house. But God is watching over Abram and Sarai. He is not pleased that Sarai has been taken into Pharaoh's house, even though Pharaoh does not realize the truth. So God sends great plagues on Pharaoh and his household. Terrible diseases and troubles strike the royal palace. Pharaoh, alarmed and angry, calling for Abram. "What is this that you have done to me? Why didn't you tell me Sarai was your wife? You said she was your sister, so I took her to be my wife. Now here is your wife back. Take her and go." Pharaoh's officials lead Abram and Sarai out of the palace. Pharaoh orders his men to make sure Abram leaves Egypt with everything he has. So Abram departs from Egypt with Sarai, Lot, and all their possessions. Despite Abram's mistake, God has protected them. They return to the land of Canaan, thankful to God for his mercy and protection. Chapter 13. Abram and Lot separate. Abram, Sarai, and Lot travel back to Canaan from Egypt. They settle again near Bethel, where Abram had earlier built an altar. By now, God has blessed Abram and Lot with great wealth. They have large flocks of sheep and herds of cattle, and many tents and servants. Soon, a problem arises. The land where they are camping cannot support both Abram's livestock and Lot's livestock. There isn't enough grass and water for all the animals. Tensions grow between Abram's herdsmen and Lot's herdsmen. Herdsman 1, arguing. "Your sheep have eaten all the grass here. There's nothing left for our herds. Herdsman 2, angrily. Well, your cattle drank most of the water from the well this morning. How are our animals supposed to drink? The quarrel between the servants gets worse. Abram sees that this conflict could tear their family apart. Abram, raising his hands to calm them. Please, let's not fight. Turning to Lot. Lot, you and I are family, uncle and nephew. We shouldn't have our herdsmen quarreling like this. Lot. I agree, Uncle Abram, but what can we do? The land here is just too crowded for both our flocks and herds. Abram. The whole countryside is open to us. Let's separate peacefully. If you choose one area to settle in, I will go in the opposite direction so we won't interfere with each other. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left. You choose first. Lot looks around. He sees the Jordan Valley spread out to the east. It has plenty of water and green pasture, like a well-watered garden. It looks like the best land for his herds. Lot, pointing toward the east. I'll move east to the whole plain of the Jordan. The land there looks good for my flocks. Abram, then I will remain here in the land of Canaan. We'll part on good terms. So Lot gathers his family and possessions and travels east. He settles near the city of Sodom, drawn by the rich pastures. Unfortunately, the people of Sodom are very wicked, sinning greatly against the Lord. Lot's choice, while good for his flocks, puts him near a very sinful city. After Lot departs, Abram is alone with his household in Canaan. Then God speaks to Abram once more, reaffirming his promise. God, lift up your eyes now and look from the place where you are. Look north, south, east, and west. All the land that you see I will give to you and to your descendants forever. I will make your descendants as numerous as the dust of the earth. If anyone could count the dust on the ground, then they could count your offspring. Arise, walk through the land, its length and breadth, for I give it to you. Abram listens gratefully. He moves his tents and settles by the oaks of Mamre, near Hebron. There, Abram builds another altar to the Lord, worshipping God and thanking him for his continued promises. Chapter 14. Abram rescues Lot and meets Melchizedek. Some time passes, and a great war breaks out in the region. A group of 4 powerful kings from the east, led by King Chedorlaomer, invades the Jordan Valley. They attack and defeat the cities of Sodom, Gomorrah, and 3 other nearby cities. Lot, Abram's nephew, is living near Sodom during this time. When Sodom and Gomorrah are defeated, the victorious kings seize all the goods and food from those cities. They capture many people as prisoners, including Lot, his family, and all his possessions. The invaders then begin to march back north with their captives and loot. But one man from Sodom manages to escape the battle. He runs through the hills until he finds Abram's camp. Messenger, out of breath, urgently to Abram. Abram, your nephew Lot has been captured. Enemy kings attacked Sodom and the other cities. They've taken Lot, his family, and everything he owns. They're headed north with the captives. Abram, determined. We must rescue Lot. Abram quickly gathers 318 trained men born in his own household. He also calls on his 3 allies, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, who live nearby and are friendly with him. Abram's men calling out, "We are with you, Master Abram. Let's save Lot." Abram's small army pursues the invading kings. They chase them north, all the way to a place near the city of Dan, and then even further north, near Damascus. One night, Abram divides his men and launches a surprise attack from different sides. The plan works. In the darkness, Abram's men rout the enemy king's forces. The invaders are caught off guard and they flee. Abram and his allies defeat them soundly. In victory, Abram's forces recover all the stolen goods. They rescue the captives, including Lot and his household. Not a single thing is lost. Lot and his family are safe again under Abram's protection. After the battle, Abram and his men begin the journey home.